You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I've been tiptoeing around it in my other videos, but I'm gonna just say it. The optics of the royal family right now are not in a good place. Not from their senior working royals, William and Kate, and definitely not to Camilla and Charles. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I will say Kate has a way of like making sure that her face is the way it should be. She knows she's going to be photographed. She knows that there's probably people trying to get her in a bad moment. I feel like she's very aware of that. I haven't really seen any pictures of her looking mad uncomfortable. However, Camilla, this is not the first. I don't even think this is the second, probably not even the third time that we have seen her act in this manner around people she feels uncomfortable with. Wink, wink, if you get what I'm putting down. You'll see. You'll see, because the video shows it all. Her face shows it all. I know that Camilla is up there in age, okay? I know that she may not be able to move like some people may be able to move. I know that some people aren't born with rhythm. I get it. But there's a thing called effort, all right? It's a thing called, we can see when someone is trying to participate. Energy can be felt through a screen, through a phone call. Camilla's energy in this engagement that her and Charles went on is so off. And then this picture that they caught of her sitting in the car is just so indicative of, I feel like, what's going through her mind. She was not happy to be there. She was very uncomfortable, and it showed all over her body language and her face. And these are one of the pictures that are going to go down for me in history to show the reign of this couple, King Charles III and Camilla as queen consort. Because what the hell? Let me just show you. Okay, so at this point you have seen the video and the picture. Camilla looks like she is looking around to be saved, for somebody to literally come and rescue her. She looks so uncomfortable. I'm looking at her holding the lady's hand. She's barely holding it. I understand that she's up there in age. I understand she may have negative 1,000% of rhythm in her body, but there was no effort shown. She looks uncomfortable as fuck around these people. And when I say these people, I mean black people. I'm sorry. Period. She looks uncomfortable. If you don't like it, if you don't agree, you have that right. And I have the right to feel as I feel. Looking at this video, okay? Did you zoom it? Look at her face. She's not happy to be there. Yeah, no. No. She's not happy to be there at all. They go to Nairobi, right? And she's and Charles are supposed to be visiting the, I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce things, but it's Uruhu Gardens, okay, Nairobi. They're visiting. King Charles gets out the car. Camilla waits and sits in the car with this grimace on her face. I'm like, are these windows not tinted in this car? Because my God, there is nothing pleasant going through this woman's mind. You don't have that outward face if you're having happy thoughts of, wanting to be here and taking in the culture and meeting the people and everything like that. That face, honey, does not come out. It does not come out. So why didn't she get out the car? What's the issue? Camilla, I understand. I keep saying she's up there, but why does she not get out the car? You see, King Charles arrives, but what happens to Camilla? Was she exhausted? Was she tired? Was she hurt? What happened? Did she say, I'm not getting out? I'm not getting out. No, you go. Like, what was the reason? But my thing is, let this had been MM. Oh my God. Let this have been MM. And Princess Diana would and could never. She enjoyed people of all walks of life. You could see it in her body language, in her facial expressions, in how welcoming she was. She wasn't afraid to touch people. She hugged people. It was so apparent. And this is what Charles wanted. I mean, I know you can't help what the heart wants, but my gosh. I think he wanted someone that could not overshadow him, because Camilla is never going to be able to do that. He wanted someone who would not be the one photographed. Literally, I've seen the video, I don't know how many times. He was like, they were doing an event, and she was standing over him, and I think he was signing something. She kind of had her head tilted down, and her hat was in the way of like seeing her face. So the photographers couldn't see her face. But as soon as she lifted her head, those photographing cameras flashes started going literally crazy. And she was like, all I did was lift my head. All she did was lift her head. People loved Diana. What the fuck, Camilla? Camilla Parker Bowes. Like, there was no, like, for one, if you were known as the mistress, you know, after all these years to Diana, you would think you would try to rehab your reputation a little bit. But no, I don't think she gives a fuck. This is exactly who she is. It's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And there has been other situations of this woman just feeling and looking uncomfortable when she is around people of color. And I'm just gonna say that and be blunt and be fucking real about it. And it is what it is. If you don't agree, you don't agree. But I just think the optics of the royal family are a mess and are in shambles, and I hope that they can get it together. I know that Kate and William had a little break from their engagements and whatnot, and they just came back. But they need to do something. They need to do something. So I'm gonna leave it there. I was just so taken aback when I saw that picture. I was like, oh my God, they did not get that pic of her. Like, holy crap. It's so bad. It's so bad. But I will see you guys in another video very, very soon.